With that, we'll get started. I'd like to introduce our speaker, Nina Kraus. She holds a doctorate in neurobiology and is the Hugh Knowles Professor of Communication Sciences, Neurobiology, and Otolaryngology at Northwestern University. She is also the director of Northwestern's Auditory Neuroscience Laboratory, known as BrainVolts. She has more than 400 peer-reviewed scientific articles and book publications and holds 5 patents, with 3 pending, for assessment of sound processing in the brain. Dr. Kraus advocates for biologically informed choices in education, health, and society, and enjoys engaging with communities beyond academic science. Please join me in welcoming Nina Kraus.
Hi, everybody. Let's see, where's my little thing? I am so glad to be here talking about one of my very favorite subjects, which is sound and the brain. And so this is about noise, but you need to know that sound is a very powerful force, and it is an enemy with noise as well as an ally of our brain health. And if you were to go to the homepage of our website, which I hope you will see that in my lab, which we call BrainVolts, we study many, many different things. And you might wonder, what even are they studying at BrainVolts? It's all under the umbrella of sound and the brain. And so I think you can see that sound and the brain encompasses almost everything we care about. So the hearing brain is vast, and this is a very, very, very big point, because noise is going to affect all of these systems that the hearing brain touches. So sound, whether it's music or it's noise, has to enter the brain, and then it is informed by what we know, our memory, what we pay attention to, how we feel, our guts, how we move, how we coordinate our senses. So all of that happens. This is all part of the hearing brain, and so noise is going to affect this great big system. And this is a little test. There's a sentence embedded here. Tell me if you can hear it. Anybody? Did you hear the sentence? No, the sentence is this.
The juice of lemons makes fine punch.
Okay, now you're going to hear it, the same thing you heard first again. So do you believe me? What we know about sound influences how we hear it. So this is really, really important. Also, have you ever wondered why your appetite is kind of off on an airplane? It is because, and scientists have done studies on this and found that it's not the humidity or the dryness, it is the sound. It is the sound because, biologically, who's hungry when there's an avalanche coming? So sound is invisible and under-recognized, and yet it's incredibly complex. It consists of all kinds of ingredients: pitch, timing, timbre, phase, loudness. And I like to use the metaphor of a mixing board to think about how sound enters the brain, and then the faders on the mixing board go up and down depending on your strengths and your bottlenecks. And so what we can do, and this is one of the ways we learn about sound, all kinds of sound in the brain, is we play sounds with an earbud, delivered that way, and as I'm talking to you now, the neurons in your brain that are picking up what I'm saying are producing electricity. And we can pick up that electricity and figure out how good a job your brain is doing processing each one of these different ingredients. So this is all happening right now. In just a simple sound like da, you have a consonant and a vowel, you have all kinds of timing cues, you have onsets, you have the fundamental frequency, which is going to come up again because it's fundamental. We have the harmonics, we have the sweeps in frequency over time, FM sweeps. And this is my ambassador for sound, and he'll be making various appearances throughout this presentation.
Da da.
Da da
Da, da, da.
da da da.
Da da da.
So we can listen to the brain. Just in the same way as my many mics are picking up my voice, this electricity is now being delivered through various speakers. As I'm talking to you, I can pick up that electricity. And the currency of the nervous system, neurons, is electricity, and we can sonify it. So I can play on my Rhodes piano. And then pick up what this is his brain response. So we have a lot to work with. Importantly, our life and sound shapes our brain for better and for worse, and the topic of today is for worse. The chapters in my book are the following. I talk about music and rhythm. The root of the language is sound. Music and language are a partnership. The bilingual brain, birdsong, noise, aging, athletes and concussion, and then my call to action, which I hope we can really talk about today. But sound is our enemy and our ally for brain health.